So did we just declare a trade war on some of our closest trading partners and allies?
No, not at all. As you know, this has been under discussion for quite a long time, and it's a very small percentage of the respective economy, a fraction of 1%.
Talk to us about how it's going to work. It seems like in the statement you left the door open for more negotiations. How would EU, Canada, or Mexico get out of the tariffs on steel and aluminum at this point? What do you need to hear from them?
Well, as you know, there are overall discussions long underway regarding NAFTA. So this would presumably be part of that continuing discussion. And similarly, we've had periodic discussions with the EU.
So do you expect the EU to go through with their threats to impose their own tariffs on more than $3 billion worth of U.S. products, including peanut butter and bourbon and jeans and other signature U.S. goods?
Well, you'd obviously have to talk to the EU, but think about how small in number $3 billion of product is relative to our $18 trillion economy. It's a tiny, tiny fraction of 1%.
Secretary Ross, it's David Faber. Is this about EU steel, or is it really about overcapacity in China in terms of production of steel and a glut around the world?
Well, there's overproduction of steel and there's overcapacity throughout the world. And so we have needed to deal with it in a very global manner. You can't just deal with it dealing with one country.
And so what does that mean? Have we now solved this problem? Are we going to make our own steel makers more competitive? And what about the cost? We've discussed this with you in the past, of course. I remember famously when you came on with the Coca-Cola can and I think the beer can at one point. But what about the cost to the American consumer now that this is actually taking place?
Well, as I said, the tariffs are a fraction of 1% on products. The beer, soft drink, and soup cans, it's all a fraction of a penny on each of those. In terms of an automobile, it's also a fraction of 1%. And for the economy overall, it's a very small fraction of 1%. Remember, we're an $18 trillion economy.
Hey there, thanks for checking out CNBC on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe to stay up to date on all of the day's biggest stories. You can also click on any of the videos around me to watch the latest from CNBC. Thanks for watching.